Hey, thanks for coming to 1500ESPN.com. I'm Derek Wetmore, and I'm going to share with you my 5 thoughts from Tuesday's Twins game. Thought number 1, we'll start with Aaron Hicks, who was back in the lineup for the Twins after getting recalled from AAA Rochester. About 100 plate appearances down there. Hicks was hitting the cover off the ball. Not only was he drawing walks, getting on base, he was hitting for power, doubles, triples, and home runs, and encouragingly from both sides of the plate. He was doing that as a right-handed batter and as a left-handed batter. If you'll remember, his past 2 seasons haven't gone so well with the Twins. Basically, a useful right-handed hitter that you didn't trust at all from the left side of the plate. So anytime the opponent had a right-hander on the mound, Hicks wasn't providing much value, and I think long-term was going to find himself on the bench. Very good sign for the Twins how well he was hitting in Rochester. I wrote about that on 1500ESPN.com earlier in the day Tuesday. You can check out that column for kind of the rationale for why that could be such a good sign for the Twins and for Aaron Hicks for that matter. Thought number 2, Kyle Gibson had a streak of 20 scoreless innings snapped on, I think it was the 4th inning, J.D. Martinez opposite field home run. Gibson had been working through this nice little stretch, couple shutouts in a row, even though he didn't finish games. I had written previously about some concerns with that he wasn't striking out many batters and he was walking too many guys. So whether or not his success was sustainable, he did get through 20 scoreless innings until the Tigers got to him on Tuesday. Let's see. Thought number 3. Speaking of that, actually, that lends perfectly into this one. Thought number 3, Kyle Gibson may have turned a corner on Tuesday. I hesitate to overreact to this, but it was really an impressive start from my perspective. Gibson got 6 strikeouts. He didn't walk anybody. Against a potent Tigers lineup, I think that's impressive in itself, but how he got those strikeouts might be an indicator of some future success or things to come for Kyle Gibson. I mentioned the 6 strikeouts. 5 of those were on swinging strikes on the changeup. Now, that's a pitch Gibson is throwing a lot more this year. In the past, he's thrown his changeup about 12% of the time. Now he's throwing it 17%. And it's something he's developed with new pitching coach Neil Allen. It was something that started kind of in spring down in Fort Myers and has carried over into the season. I talked to Gibson after his previous start, and he was really encouraged by where the changeup was at. He said he was really excited about it. We saw those results on Tuesday, facing, as I mentioned, a potent Tigers lineup with guys like Miguel Cabrera, Victor Martinez, J.D. Martinez. He was able to get that changeup down, and it had enough movement late that it was finishing off hitters. He was missing bats, including Miguel Cabrera. I mean, these are impressive moments for Gibson, and if you're the Twins, you're hoping that's a sign of things to come and not a one-game blip on the radar. We'll see. I'm curious to see if Kyle Gibson sustains that going forward, but certainly an encouraging sign for Gibson and for the Twins with all of the swinging strikes he got on his changeup Tuesday. Thought number 4, Blaine Boyer might be the most trusted right-handed reliever in the Twins bullpen right now. I say that because the Twins had an off day Monday, so they had basically a fresh bullpen, and then with the game on the line in the 8th inning, and a string of right-handers coming up, Paul Molitor went to the bullpen. Kyle Gibson had thrown 105 pitches, so he was done. Go get the righty. Blaine Boyer came in. He pitched the 8th inning, pitched around some trouble, and he intentionally walked Miguel Cabrera, but he got out of the inning, got a nice ground ball from Victor Martinez, slow, easy roller to end the inning. 9th inning, Blaine Boyer back on the hill. Facing J.D. Martinez and then the bottom of the Detroit order. Thought maybe Molitor might go to his bullpen again, but he stuck with Boyer. I think that's a sign that with Casey Fien on the disabled list, the most trusted right-handed reliever in the Twins bullpen is Blaine Boyer at this point. You look at the other righties in the pen. You've got Ryan Presley, who wound up giving the game-winning hit in the 10th inning to Ian Kinsler. The other right-handers then are J.R. Graham, and who am I forgetting here? Michael Tonkin. So of those 4 right-handers, Molitor went to Boyer with the game on the line, not 1 inning, but 2 innings against the Detroit Tigers, and especially against that middle of the lineup, I think that is revealing. I think that tells you something about where they think their bullpen is at. Thought number 5, Danny Santana narrowly missed a home run. In fact, he scored the Twins' only run when his triple hit high off the wall in right center field. He scooted around the bases, and then Torrey Hunter drove him in with the sacrifice fly. Later in the game, though, in the 10th inning, a glaring mistake from Santana. After Hicks gets on an infield base hit, nobody out, the manager asks for a bunt. Danny Santana fails to drop down that bunt. He pops it up right back to the pitcher, and now you're faced with first base and one out instead of second base and one out. And that's the second time in 2 weeks Danny Santana's popped up a bunt. I wrote about some of the implications of that and whether or not I agree with the sacrifice bunt in that situation in my 5 thoughts column, so you can check out that. But I think grand takeaway is that if you're asking Danny Santana to bunt, if you choose that's the right tactical decision, he's got to be able to do it. Disappointing in the past 2 weeks that Danny Santana, a guy who should be fairly good at bunting and I think could bunt for a fair amount of base hits, has not been able to get bunts down in sacrifice situations. That'll do it for this video, 5 thoughts. Thank you for coming to the website and checking this out. We've got a new Touch 'Em All podcast up on the website, or it's on iTunes. Go to iTunes and search under podcasts, Touch 'Em All. Phil Mackey and I record a video and podcast. I suppose I'm telling you about the podcast. A podcast every Sunday night about the Twins where we basically kind of open it up, just talk some baseball for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever it ends up being. Just a couple topics from the week, some of the deeper dive stuff. This week we talked about Gibson. We talked about Alex Meyer down in the minors, some of the concerns there, and just plenty more stuff. I would encourage you, if you like the 5 thoughts columns, if you like these videos, I would check out that podcast. It's a little bit longer form stuff, and Phil helps out a lot with that. So, for this video, that's all I've got for you tonight. We'll check back in with you later this week. Thanks again for coming to the website. Until next time, I'll catch you later.